Well, something's happening. That's kind of awesome. Guys, what's going on? It's Dave, Mr. White LS1. Thank you for joining me out here on this Saturday morning. I appreciate it. So, I know a lot of you guys are like, man, you're moving fast on this sucker, but I don't know if you guys remember that video I showed you of those two cribs I was putting together for Twinskies. They could be here any moment now. So, I got to do what I can while I can, because once they come, it's going to get serious around here. So, I want to have the truck in running order when that call comes. That way, yeah, I don't know, it's gonna be crazy. But my little road dog, he's itching to go out and do a little mild trail with me. So I get this going, and maybe next weekend, the weekend after, hopefully I can get out on the trail. I hope my frickin' drive lines are done next week. So they said they're running 5 to 7 days, so I'm expecting them to be done hopefully like midweek. That way I can get out and put this on the road if it works. I'm probably going to fill it with fluid today too. Alright guys, don't laugh at my cover. This is what it looked like before. And it got messed up when I was pulling the trans out. It caught on it, that cone that comes up from the SM465, and I had to bend it a little bit to get it out. So I'm going to tack this plate on here tonight and then put some of that, run some of that seam sealer around it. And yeah, call that good. Now this here, it's already cut, trimmed pretty good, so I'm pretty sure I'm in line with everything here. The reason this is cut like this is because I had a body lift on the K5, and so, you know, if the shifter's here on a normal truck, it's back, you know, since it's up further, if you shift it, it seems like it wants, you know, you just need more room anyways. Yeah, so that's all. But anyways, so this is gonna stay on the inside here. I put the shifter on, and I'm pretty good. All I did, I just ever so slightly took the grinder and just worked it just a tiny bit, and now I can shift it into 4-high and it doesn't hit the body. And as long as it doesn't hit the body going frontward and backwards, I don't care, because, you know, it can move side to side. It ain't gonna hit nothing. So we should be good to go there. So there's the setup. I took that bar that connects the two shift rods in the 205. I took that off of the other 205. I have another one of these, but I just took it off because it already had my little Heim joints that I made. So it's shifting okay. I can shift to, you know, 4-low, neutral, 4-high, and then back to 2-high. So that seems to be working okay. So yeah, we're getting pretty close. So I'm gonna go out and pop a couple tacks on it, or on the cover, and get some of that seam sealer on it, and then I'm gonna run the wire down to the kick down, and then I'm gonna start filling everything up with fluid, and you know, kind of just double check everything, and then I'm going to start it tomorrow. So yeah, we'll do. I'd like to start it tonight, but it's way too loud, so I'd piss off neighbors, the wife, and the kid, and we don't want to do that. So let me get busy popping a couple tacks on this thing, and we'll seal it up. Guys, what's going on? It's another beautiful day out here in the carburetor.com garage. Another beautiful Vegas day, baby. So anyhow, no big old puddles up underneath the truck today, so that's good. So now's the test, I guess. We're gonna have to get her started. So I don't know, I'll crank up the fan and turn the truck on and see what happens. I don't know how long it's been since this tranny's done anything, but well, hopefully it'll do something today. So I'll start it up and see how long before the wife comes out and yells at me that it's too loud. Another thing that's crazy about this is that I probably, like, back in the day could have done this whole swap in like a weekend, but you know, kids, you know, you hear people, they're like, oh, kids are time suckers, and then before you have kids you're just like, well, you just need to get your priorities straight, and then you have kids and stuff doesn't get done as fast as it used to could, you know what I mean? So that is it. So let me set up the camera and I'm gonna do a quick once over and we'll fire her up and see what happens. Alright guys, here we go. We've just done the SM465 to Turbo400 swap, and so if I crank this up, I started out with 8 quarts per my buddy who taught me everything about these old trucks. So I'm gonna start it up just for a minute and listen, make sure it doesn't make any abnormal noises, make sure it's not dumping a bunch of fluid, and then hopefully it'll get everything circulating around in here. I'll do that first, check everything, and then I'll come back and I'll start it up again, let it get warm, and then I'll set the fluid level. So that's my plan. Is it just me, or you guys get nervous when you do this stuff too? You know what I'm saying? We're in park. We've got fuelage. Wheels are chocked. It is in 2 high. In park. Reverse. Park. Let's try it. You guys ready? Here we go. Well, I didn't hear anything crazy. I'm gonna go look around, make sure there's no leaks. Alright guys, we'll go for startup number 2 here. I will let it... I started it up just to see if there was any abnormal noises. I didn't really hear the pump making noises or anything like that. I checked around, I didn't see any leaks. I went and popped another quart into it. Just made me feel better. I think these hold 12, right? I think stock's 12. And I started with 8. But you know, it was probably, I don't know, it's pretty dry. I did that service on it, emptied it out. I know that there were still some in the converter. So let's just go right here. I think I feel confident with it to just let it run until it warms up, and then I will go check the fluid and set the level. So let's do that now. Alright guys, I think I'm pretty satisfied here. I don't have any leaks. I think it looks pretty good. I went underneath, I kind of just ran it through, you know, all the gears, and then when I put it back in park, it made that little before it stopped, but I think that's because there was no load on the drivetrain. It did sound like everything was moving and grooving the way it should. I put it in gear and it was spinning the transfer case, so I can't tell if it's going to slip or not, and it's really hard to tell on this low car deal if it's full or not. So I'm just letting the letting the fill or the hose just kind of drain a little bit, and then I'll check the fluid later. But I let it run until it got up to temp, and I can feel there's some warmth on this, so feels like there's fluid pumping through it. So, and I don't see any. I'll wait a little bit, make sure there's no leaks, but I was pretty sure this didn't have any leaks, and I'm hoping it's going to be enough that I need for this tranny. So yeah, yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of happy with that. I'm gonna tie a few things up, and then those lines down there, anywhere where they're touching each other or touching the the engine or frame or anything, I'm going to, somebody gave me the idea, which is a good idea, but I'm going to take the rubber line and cut it, slice it down the side, and then just put it in those areas. That way, it's like a dampener. And then, yeah, so I could probably live with that. So, but anyhow, that is it. So I think, other than driving it next week, hopefully when I get my drive lines done, which I hope they're done next week, because I want to go drive this sucker, see how it does. But that's it. So unless I come out here later and I got a big puddle of fluid, or something crazy happens, this will be pretty much a wrap up of the swap, I hope, and we'll get out and drive her. We'll get out and drive her soon. All right, guys. Appreciate you rolling with me. You guys take care.